How many times in life do we struggle to make decisions because we're hoping there's one perfect choice? How many times in life is it easy to make a decision? Like you can just, there's two options. One is the obvious right one. And then other times there's all these options, but none of them seem good enough or right. I have this decision to make, and it's been weighing on our heart and mind a lot. And I think part of the reason this decision has been so difficult is because there's lots of great options. Have you ever struggled with this? Have you ever struggled making a decision when there are so many good options, but none of them seem to feel right? Which one is it? This can happen a lot in dating. This can happen in finding jobs. This can happen in trying to find a place to live. And I have just really been struggling with this decision of where are we going to live? I had this experience like probably 10 years ago-ish, where we had this opportunity to move, and actually we didn't have an opportunity. We made the opportunity. We sold our business, we quit our jobs, and we just felt really inspired to move to the Las Vegas area. And when I drove into Las Vegas, I just had this really strong impression to live within this certain neighborhood. And it was, well, not neighborhood, but community. Like I just was really drawn to this community. It took a while to find a house in that community we could afford, especially when we didn't have income and we were looking for jobs. But I just felt really strongly about moving into this neighborhood. And by making that decision to move into that neighborhood, we've made lifelong friends. We're still friends with several people we met at that time period. And I'm so grateful I made that decision, right? But literally I would drive in and I'm like, this is where we're supposed to be. I can feel it in my bones. It just feels so right. Like I just want to live here. Not everything made sense, but it's where I wanted to live, even though I never really ever wanted to live in Las Vegas. But living there, my life was so richly blessed. And I made some amazing friends that helped us in our journey of becoming, I hope, better people. They were just such great examples. So many good people. And other times it's like, oh, I got a job. We've got to move to this location. So we're going to move to this location. So the decision, once you have a city, you're just choosing a house, right? And for us right now, it's not only just choosing a house, it's trying to find a community, a neighborhood, a city, a state even, like trying to locate. There's been several challenges on this journey. Number one, it's 2025 and housing is not affordable. Interest rates have tripled, housing prices have doubled, and it's just a crazy time to buy a house. Payments are extremely high. You know, what I could have bought several years ago is now really unaffordable. So we're in the journey. We're in the thick of it. And the coolest thing is knowing that God's okay with this journey. I think sometimes when we can't find an answer and we're impatient and we'd really like to know, and we'd really like to tell our landlord when we're moving, like I'd really like to be able to tell her, like, hey, wonderful landlady who I love with all my heart. She's amazing. Like everyone should have a landlord as nice as mine and a house as cute as mine. I love my house. I want to call her. I want to tell her. I want to share, like, hey, we're moving on this date. I don't even know what state I'm moving to, but I feel we're supposed to move. I have these thoughts and impressions. It's important for me to learn how to make good decisions, to evaluate, to analyze. And it's so weird to me because, like, sometimes it's this easy choice. Sometimes it's like God just gives it to me in a thunderbolt. Here's your answer, Jen. Here you go. Go with it. And other times he's like, nah, you need to research. You need to investigate. You need to look and see. Not just on the internet, you need to go. Like, never pick a husband off the internet. You can pick a date off the internet if you have backup. But it's been so interesting to me making this decision Some things, the houses look good, but then you get in the neighborhood, you're like, ah. Or sometimes the neighborhoods look amazing, but then you're so out of price. Like this one house that was listed was really different. But if my husband and I, we have moved 6 times in the last 5 years. I don't even want to count the last 10 years. We've been moving and moving, trying to find a place to settle in. We've had great neighbors, great places, but we haven't been owned a house in 10 years. And we so want to buy a house, and we so want to live in a community and sink our roots in. You know what I mean? You just want a home. We don't have kids. My parents have died. We just would really love to have a community. And we are having the hardest time trying to find a community, trying to find a home, trying to find a place we can afford, trying to find a place where my husband can find a good job or we can bring income in some way. And I just have really been pondering a lot lately. Why is God letting me struggle for months in this? Why won't he just give me an answer? Has that ever happened to you, that you're like praying and you want an answer and you're being good and you're serving him and you're loving him and you're praying and you're reading your scriptures and you're serving him and you're serving in your church and you can't get an answer to something that's so important to you? Well, can I take that back a little bit? Like you get answers like you're on the right track. Good job. You're not there yet. Keep looking. And I'm like, really? Can you give me a little more? Can you help me a little more? Because this is hard. And he's like, but you're doing so good and you just haven't found it yet. And I'm like, at this point, like my creative brain is like, what can we do? But isn't that how life is sometimes? Sometimes we pray and it is a lightning bolt. Sometimes we get an answer right away. Sometimes we know where this community, or we see a house and we're just like, this is the neighborhood, this is the house, this is the person I'm supposed to marry. And other times it takes work. For me in dating, it was work. It was joyful work. It was fun. There were a lot of tears sometimes, but it was work to find someone I would want to build my life with. And I feel like with this next move, where's a community I want to build my life with? That there's people who I can love and serve. Maybe they're praying for me to come. I'm praying for them to be their friend. You know, I'm really looking for this community. I'm looking for a house I can afford. Let's add that to the mix. I'm trying to find a house I can afford. In 2025 on my income alone, my husband hasn't had a job for a little while because he couldn't find one. They wanted to relocate him, and my job, I couldn't relocate then. And now I can, and now he doesn't have the job offer. That's just how life is, people. That's just how it falls. And I've really been pondering lately, why haven't I found an answer? Why haven't we found the answer yet? And the answer I've gotten so far is it's not there yet. I'm not there. It's not there. Sort of like in dating, like, what am I doing wrong? What's wrong with me? Am I not praying hard enough? Am I not doing it enough? Am I not in the right place to date? What's going on? And sometimes it just takes a little time, right? Like, it has to be the right time. The other person needs to be in the right time. You need to be in the right time. You need to be prepared. You need to be humble. You need to be willing and open. They can't be dating someone else. They're going through their process. You're going through yours. Maybe your heart's not healed. Maybe you haven't given yourself to Christ. Maybe you're just struggling. Maybe you're struggling with faith. But I feel like God trusts us and he wants us to learn in the journey. And there are so many things I have learned in this journey so far. There are so many wonderful people we've met on the journey. There are so many wonderful communities we visited. I'm like, why can't this be the one? Just like dating. Like, I really like this one. This should work, right? But it just doesn't feel right. Or I haven't got that confirmation. Or my husband and I haven't got that confirmation together. And I'm really grateful so far on the journey. We both keep getting similar answers as we pray, as we discuss, as we ponder. And I think one of the things that's the most important that I've learned on this journey is it's more important that my husband and I are united than finding the answer. Can I say that again? It's more important that my husband and I are united than I find the answer. Working together, I won't even count how many hours we've spent talking, searching, driving, looking at houses on the internet, looking at communities, driving through communities. like every weekend for the past 9 weeks. We're just looking and searching, going to different churches in my faith and meeting new people. And my husband's been looking for work at the same time. And to be united with my husband and to be united with God is just something that has been so powerful to me. I want to be united with my husband. It doesn't matter really where I live, in all honesty. As long as we're united with him, I'm united with my husband and I'm united with God. As I seek to do God's will, as I seek to learn God's will, and sometimes God's will is to make a choice. Jen, just make a choice. And sometimes it's wait. And both my husband and I have felt really impressed that it's just wait a little bit. Like, just wait. I'm behind the scenes. I'm doing a marvelous work for you. I love you. I care about you. I want to help you. And for me, that's really important. To know that my life is unfolding according to his plan, that he cares about me. And just because I'm not getting an answer right now doesn't mean he's not working on it. And I think sometimes it's hard for us to let go. And I've learned so much and met so many wonderful people so far. And there's sort of a deadline and a nice little benefit. I have some help with closing costs. But even if that doesn't work, my life is unfolding according to God's plan. He's behind this. He's my father. He loves me. I'm married. I have a wonderful husband. There are so many wonderful people in this world, and it's exciting. This journey is exciting to figure out where we're going to live, right? Now, when I was dating, to be honest, I don't know that I had this good of an attitude because I didn't have someone to be united with. It was just me and God on this journey. And I thought sometimes God had forgotten about me. I thought that my husband had died. Like someone killed him and I was searching for him and he was 6 feet under. Now, if you know my husband, he could have died many times. He's very adventurous, does wonderful, crazy, fun things all over the world. Climbs tall things, climbs frozen waterfalls. Why would you climb icicles? Anyway, he climbs frozen waterfalls. He does all these wonderful things. But seriously, I thought he had died because I couldn't find him anywhere. I was in my 30s. My sisters, like all my younger sisters, got married before me. And I had not gotten married. And I was searching and searching. Now, a house or a community, it's going to be temporary. It's part of this journey, and it's a little hard to find something and in the timeline I'd like it to happen. But with dating and marriage and who you want to spend this life and hopefully eternity with, maybe it's okay to be a little patient. Maybe it's okay to tell God you're okay with his timing and not yours. Maybe it's okay to pray in faith and say, hey, help me have joy in this journey. And that's something I'm trying to do with this house hunting, is really to have joy in the journey and to learn, to ask God, what would you have me learn in this situation? What can I do? Who can I serve? And I wish dating was easier. I wish making decisions was easier. I wish God would answer every prayer with a clear answer. But God trusts us to make decisions, and he wants us to learn to make decisions that will bless our life. And oftentimes he will warn us with no's. You haven't found it yet. This is not the guy, cool girl, but not the right one yet. Please let him go. Please let him go, and please stop calling them. Please just let him go, right? If you're, I don't know. I dated a lot. I had to learn to break up. And I think even with this house hunting, it's a little bit like that, of learning to break up with different areas, explore it, go on a date with it, see how it is, see if it fits my husband and our personalities, our lifestyles, our choices. And I've just really been thinking a lot about my dating journey and my house hunting journey and how similar they've been. I didn't think it would take this long. I'd really hoped to be putting in an offer this week right now, and I don't even know the state or city. I have some backups. I have some top 3, and there's really not a lot of options there unless my husband gets a job. So it's been exciting. And thank you for listening. This is really helping me brainstorm out loud with you. And I've really realized how much this journey is a journey. This life is a journey. Dating is a journey. And if we can choose to have a good attitude in the process and choose to have fun and choose to make the best of it and realize God really is at the helm of our ship, that he really wants to help us, that he loves us, and he's going to open the door when he wants to. If we pound on every door, it might not work, but we need to go about doing good, go about searching, doing our best, and let the Lord bless us. Isn't that hard sometimes? I just want to pound on the door. I'm going to go, what more do I have to do, God? Tell me what to do. And sometimes he's like, just go have fun. Just do your job. On weekends, go check some things out, meet some people, keep looking, have fun. Have fun with your husband. Be united with him. And it's a process. And I think with dating, it's really similar. Have fun. Go get to know people. Find people that it really works well with you, that you have a good relationship with. There might be people who are attractive that you think, right? Has this ever happened that you think this person would be great, and then the more you get to know them, you're like, I don't know if this is really going to work. Like, we have some things in common, but we have a lot more not in common. So thank you for joining me, and I'm really sorry I haven't posted in a while, and this might be way too long to post, but I'm grateful for this journey I'm on, and I'm going to try to post a little more and share a little bit of my journey on this, and I hope you have a great day. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy praying, enjoy communicating with God, even when you're not getting the right answer. Keep praying, keep looking, keep searching, and let him pour down blessings upon you. Have a great day. Love you.